So good morning once again. My name is
Very good
Vishal.
morning to you.
I worked as a product evangelist for Corel. From last 10 years, I am into training, demo and product orientation of Corel products. This training will be for 120 minutes, that means 2 hours, and we'll cover the question and answer round in the end of the session. For any query in the mid of the session, you can put it in the chat box. We'll cover it at the end. This session is going to be both in English and Hindi language, so I would request not to use any regional language. If anybody is not comfortable in Hindi, just let me know so that we can continue the entire session in English only.
Okay.
Before we begin, I would request to please keep your mic on muted. Fine. And if you have any queries, you can unmute yourself at the end of the session and then you can ask for your queries. So without wasting time, let's get started. If I'm going too fast, just let me know. I can repeat on the same time. So I hope you all can see the screen, and the very first thing you're seeing on the screen is the Corel interface. So when you buy CorelDRAW graphic suite, it is not only CorelDRAW, it is called CorelDRAW graphic suite, which comes bundled with other plugins and softwares. So we are very much familiar with CorelDRAW, which is a vector illustration, and along with CorelDRAW, we also get CorelDRAW app. So CorelDRAW app is a web-based application. So without having CorelDRAW installed in your local machine, you can still open your file and you can view your file. Photopaint is something which is used to image editing. So we are going to cover all these points very quickly. I'm going through. So if you want to edit any bitmap in CorelDRAW, so Photopaint comes bundled with this. PowerTrace is a plugin which comes integrated with CorelDRAW graphic suite. So if you want to convert any bitmap to vector, we use power tracing. Corel Capture is a tool which is used to capture your screen. So if you want to capture something, you can use Corel Capture. And lastly, we have Corel Font Manager. So Font Manager is something, if you are working with fonts, if you want to organize your fonts, in that case you can do all the things related to font with the help of Font Manager. Okay, so along with CorelDRAW graphic suite, you also get other things like 7,000 clip arts, digital images, vehicle RAM templates, high resolution digital photographs, fonts, and many other things, which comes completely free with CorelDRAW graphic suite. So in this session, I'm going to tell you how can you find them, download them, and use them. So coming back to the interface, you might see a different interface like you are seeing in your screen, I believe, because by default it is not it doesn't come with dark theme, it comes with white theme, and there are many other tools on the top over here which you'll not find in your CorelDRAW, right? So how can you customize your CorelDRAW and how can you add your own buttons? I will be telling you over here. So for example, if you want to change the theme of CorelDRAW, you can simply click on this options, or you can press Ctrl+J, and from here click on the customization, and you can define the theme from here, whatever theme you prefer. For example, I prefer dark theme, that is the reason I have kept it dark. Otherwise it comes by default like this. So you can also change the window borders, desktop color, whatever you prefer. Also you can change the size of your icons, appearance of CorelDRAW, you can define that as well. Like I have added couple of options over here. If you want to also add options which you use very frequently, for that you can go to commands, and whatever option you will find, you can simply place it over here. For example, I use power clip a lot, so what I'll do is I will just type power clip over here. I can find the power clip. I can simply drag this and drop it over here. Now this will remain permanent over here. I have to just press OK, and now whenever I want to use power clip, I don't need to go to objects, power clip, and create empty frame. I can directly go to this option. So this saves a time over here. And in the same manner, you can also create your own shortkeys. There's a tool called blend tool, right? So you will always find shortkey in front of the tool. For example, if you go to rectangle tool, there's a shortkey which says F6. F6 is a shortkey for rectangle. In a similar manner, F7 is a shortkey for ellipse, but there is no shortkey for blend tool. So every time if I want to use blend tool, I have to go to this option. But if I want to create a shortcut for this, you can do it very easily. For the same thing, you need to go to options over here, customization, go to commands, find the tool which you want. So I'll go for blend. And now I will go to the second tab which says shortcut keys. When I click over here, new shortcut key, I have to define that. So I'm keeping it Alt plus B. And I'll click on assign. Now that particular short key which I've assigned, Alt plus B, is assigned to blend tool. Click on OK. Now if I want to use blend tool, I have to simple press Alt plus B and it will bring the blend tool. So let me go to pick tool first of all, and I'm pressing Alt plus B on my keyboard. अब अगर मैं अपना सिस्टम भी चेंज करूंगा तो मुझे सिर्फ इस फाइल को इंपोर्ट करना होगा, विंडोज वर्कस्पेस इंपोर्ट। ना इंपोर्ट पे जाके किसी भी सिस्टम पे अगर मैं इस फाइल को विशाल कस्टम शॉर्टकीज अगर मैं इंपोर्ट कर लूंगा तो जो भी कस्टमाइजेशन मैंने अपने इंटरफेस में किया है CorelDRAW के, वो सेम कस्टमाइजेशन आपके उस सिस्टम पे आ जाएगा। नाउ द वेरी फर्स्ट मेन्यू, दिस ऑप्शन इज कॉल्ड मेन्यू बार, जो आपने किसी भी एप्लीकेशन में देखा होगा, चाहे वर्ड, पावर पॉइंट, एक्सेल हो या किसी भी अदर एप्लीकेशन में, ये कॉमन ही रहते हैं। मेन्यू बार, दिस इज कॉल्ड मेन्यू बार। नाउ अंडर द मेन्यू बार वी गॉट स्टैंडर्ड बार। ठीक है, ये मेन्यू बार और स्टैंडर्ड बार चेंज नहीं होते हैं, ये फिक्स रहते हैं। एंड बिलो द स्टैंडर्ड बार वी हैव प्रॉपर्टी बार, एंड विच इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टूल बार ऑफ CorelDRAW। द बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी बार इज कि ये कंप्लीटली डायनेमिक होता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ आई क्रिएट एनी शेप, तो एज पर द शेप जो प्रॉपर्टी बार के जो चेंजेस, जो टूल्स हैं, ये स्पेशली दीज टूल्स जहां पे मेरा माउस, यू कैन सी माय माउस, ये चेंज होता रहेगा एज पर द शेप। इफ आई गो टू क्रॉप टूल, तो कैन यू सी वो ऑप्शंस कम हो गए हैं। दैट मींस एज पर द टूल दोज ऑप्शंस विल इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज, और इट विल शो यू ओवर हियर। प्रॉपर्टी बार के टूल्स, ये अगर ये वो समझ लेता है तो आई थिंक ही कैन इजीली मूव फ्रॉम बिगिनर्स टू इंटरमीडिएट टू एडवांस लेवल। मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस, बिकॉज यू ऑल आर फैकल्टीज, तो यू मस्ट बी आल्सो यूजिंग कपल ऑफ टूल्स। मे बी आपने, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट, लेट्स से, सो इफ आई टॉक द मेनी टूल्स जो आप यूज शायद नहीं करते होंगे। If you want to create a parallel line in CorelDRAW, let's say I want to create 5 lines in a single stroke. Any idea how can we do that? There is one way कि आप freehand tool लीजिए, उसको copy कीजिए, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and with the help of pick tool थोड़ा सा इसको move कीजिए, and you can repeat the same thing. ठीक है? या फिर you can use the duplicate tool also. Copy, Control D. This can be one method, but trust me, it is very easy to do the same thing within CorelDRAW graphics suite. Take a stroke. There is an option called parallel drawing. When you click over here, you will find a small dialog box, something like this. Now you have to define how many lines you want. You can define that, and now you can define where you want the line, on the left part or on the right part of it. And now when I define, let's say I want on the right side, can you see? And now the best part is that I am very much aware what is the spacing between the lines. So currently it is 0.118 inches. If I want to increase the spacing, I can easily do it. Let me do Control Z, and this time I'm increasing the value. I'm making it 0.9, and now the spacing between the line is 0.9 inches. So I was talking about the property bar, and to custom the Corel interface, you will find small plus sign over here. Can you see this plus sign over here in the property bar, over here in the toolbar, and over here? This is called dockers. So most of the tools you will find in the toolbox. Let's say I want to create any shape, go to rectangle, you will find tools over here. You want to create ellipse, you will find tool over here. You want to create any other shape, you can find the tools over here. But keep in mind, you will only find basic shapes in it. In fact, in any designing application, you will only find the basic shapes. If you want to create a flower or you want to create any complex shape, you have to create that shape from the basic shape only. So how can we create shape? Let's say I go for rectangle. Now I'm using my left click to create shape. Now whenever I release my left click, it will stop creating. It will create the shape over there. If I go to ellipse, I'm using my left click to create, and now when I release my left click, till now I have not released my left click. Now when I release, it will create the ellipse. We only have a rectangle tool over here, but we don't have square. So to create a perfect square, you press Control key. Okay, so now to create a square, you have to press Control key. Or to create any perfect shape, use Control key and then. So let's say I'm not pressing any control, so I'm getting a rectangle. But if I press Control key on my keyboard, it will only create a perfect square. You cannot create now rectangle. If I release my Control key, it will start creating rectangle tool. The same thing goes for the ellipse. If I take ellipse tool, I want to make a perfect circle. So I have to press Control to make a circle. If I release Control, it will make ellipse. So I'm using my left click to define the shape. Now, if I want to fill it, we have a color palette over here. So left click is to fill color. So whatever object is selected, it will fill the color in that particular shape. So right now I've selected this rectangle. If I left click on the color bar, it will fill the same color. And by default, the outline comes with black color by default. So if you want to change the outline, let me first increase the size of my outline. So from the property bar, you can easily increase the size of your outline. And now if I want to change my outline color, first of all, the object should be selected. If you not select anything, what will happen? See, I'm pressing. Now CorelDRAW is asking you कि आपको जो भी आपको चेंजेस करने हैं वो किस पे करना है, ये डिफाइन आपको करना पड़ेगा. अगर आप वो डिफाइन नहीं करोगे तो आपको ये वार्निंग देगा. And now when I select and right click on the color, it will apply the same outline on the selected shape. तो अगर कोई भी चीज एग्जीक्यूट नहीं हो पा रही है CorelDRAW के अंदर, दैट मींस कोरल समझ नहीं पा रहा है कि आपको क्या करना है. आपने कुछ सेलेक्ट नहीं किया होगा, आपने कुछ डिफाइन नहीं किया होगा, तब वो आपको वार्निंग मिलेगी. इट इज अ टू वे कम्युनिकेशन बिटवीन यू एंड एप्लीकेशन. जब आप कोई कमांड देते हो तो आपको कंप्लीट इंफॉर्मेशन देनी पड़ेगी, तभी सॉफ्टवेयर उसको समझ पाता है और उसको एग्जीक्यूट कर पाता है. तो दिस इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट कि कोरल क्या समझ नहीं पा रहा, उसका रीजन क्या है. यू शुड बी अवेयर ऑफ दैट. तो जब भी आप सेलेक्ट नहीं करोगे और आप अप्लाई करोगे कलर या कुछ भी आप अप्लाई करोगे, तो आपको इस तरह का एक आपको वार्निंग मिलेगा. आर यू अबाउट टू चेंज द डिफॉल्ट प्रॉपर्टीज और फॉर क्रिएटिंग इन द करंट डॉक्यूमेंट. So I believe till now you know how to create shape, how to create a perfect shape, how to apply fill, how to apply outline. I'm applying one more time outline. Let me increase the size of my outline. So I've increased the size from 2 points to 20 points. And now when I right click on the color, it will apply the same outline on that object. If I want to fill, I have to use left. In the similar manner, I'll go for polygon. Take a polygon. By default, it makes a polygon with 5 sides, right? Now, if I want to alter the number of sides, I can very easily increase or decrease the sides from here. Let's say I'm making it around 22 sides I've made. So it is looking like a circle to me now. Now with the help of shape tool, I can modify the shape. Have a look. Let me apply color to this. Now I started with polygon, I increased the number of sides, and now I just tweak the node. After tweaking the node, the shape gets completely deformed. And now the best part is I can create n number of nodes over here. I double click, and whatever changes I'll make, it will apply on each side. Double click to add node. If I want to remove something, I'm doing it again. Double click to add node. I'm again adding a node. And if I double click again on the node, it will remove the node. Can you see? You double click on the node, it will remove the node. If there is no node over there and you double click, it will add a node over there. So very easily you can tweak the nodes. And the same thing goes with any other shape. For example, I want to tweak rectangle. So this is a normal rectangle. If I want to make the Control plus Q, I'll tell you what is the benefits of converting it to curve. Now once the objects get converted to curve, now it is not a rectangle. Now I cannot apply any corners to it. Can you see? Now I'm not getting that option. Now these are independent nodes. Manipulate those nodes as per my requirement. I can add nodes and I can easily tweak them now. Whatever I want to create. To delete nodes, simple double click on it. Selection is also very important. Generally we do selection. Whatever comes completely in gets selected. But there are many other ways of making selection in CorelDRAW. So for example, I want to select those orange shapes. So what we used to do, we used to make a rectangle, something like this, and whatever comes completely in, that gets selected. Let me change the color of it. Can you see all the orange get changed to any other shape, any other color? Now, this is a conventional way of selecting in CorelDRAW, but there is one more method. You can use either a freehand pick tool for making a selection, something like this. If I don't use freehand, I use normal pick tool. So anything which is not coming completely in, I can select that part also. There are two shapes which are not, in fact, three shapes which are not coming completely inside this rectangle. So for that case, I have to press my Alt key, and when I press and release the mouse, that shape will get selected. My point is, either all the things should become completely inside this rectangle. This is one method. Or if something is not coming completely in by any chance, you can use Alt key. So whatever shape is getting touched will get selected. In every version, they keep on adding the templates. So templates really save your time. Simple, go to file, new from template. So whatever templates you want, you can just select the template from here. Anything which is showing you with this green color is a downloaded one. If you want something which you have not downloaded, just click. As you can see, this blue balloon, that means it is on cloud. You have to first download this. When I click on open, it will first download it from the cloud, and once it get downloaded, you can use it at any point of time. So this is definitely going to save your time. Now, as you can see, we have a couple of squares over here, and now within this shape tool, we have some advanced tool which is called smear, smooth, trill, attract, and ripple, and the other options also over here. So for example, apply smear to these vector shapes. First of all, let me show you, these all are vector. If I select the shape and go to shape tool, you will find those nodes over here. Can you see those nodes? If I select them all together, and now I go to smear tool. So what it does, it will show you a brush, a nib over here. You can very easily increase or decrease the size of the nib from here. Currently it is 1.5. I'm making it 0.6. And now I can easily make the changes to my vector shapes. This was not possible before X6 version. This feature is not in X6. And the same thing you can do on the bitmap also. For example, I want to merge those two nodes over here. So for that, I can use my attract tool. And now I have to just put my nib size over there, and till the time I'm holding my left click, it will keep on attracting it. I'll show you over here. Can you see? I'm moving my mouse, and whatever is coming inside this nib size, it is getting attracted. Like attract, we have repel as well. It will do just opposite of attract tool. If I select something, shape tool, attract, and repel, go to repel option over here, and now it will just do the opposite of attract. So whatever is coming inside this nib, it will repel that. Till the time I'm moving my mouse, it will keep on repelling. Now one of my favorite tool, trill. Now what it does, it will keep on trilling the selected object. For example, if I select the shape, apply trill. Now you have to define, you want to twill this clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise. I am increasing my nib size. I can increase the nib size from here. And now I have to just place my mouse over here, and till the time I am holding my left click, it will keep on trilling it. And we also have option for rate of speed. I can easily increase or decrease the rate of speed. So I don't want a very fast movement. I want a slow movement. I will reduce the rate of speed and also change the orientation. Have a look. It will do the same task, but slowly, because I've reduced the rate of speed. And this is again a dynamic. Till the time my mouse is moving, it will keep on trilling that part, which is coming inside the nib. If you want a fast movement, increase the rate of speed. I hope it is clear till now. As of now, we can easily create this shape, and we have used basic shapes only for this. There's only one challenge over here. Create this. Let me just ungroup it first. If I show you, any idea how can we make this shape? Because this is the rectangle, we have just made the corners round. These are ellipse. These are either you can use line tool or you can use rectangle tool also for this. We can easily create ellipse tool, or sorry, semicircle with the help of ellipse only. So first of all, I'm taking an ellipse. I'll make a perfect circle with the help of control key. And now we have option over here which says pi. When I click over pi over here, I have to just define what should be the starting angle and what should be the end angle. So currently the end angle is 270 degrees. That is the reason it is looking like this. But if I reduce to 180, it will make a semicircle like this. If you want to rotate any shape, so first click is to select something. Second click is to rotate. So when you double click and you can see you can rotate the shape like this. So by default it rotates from the center. But if you don't want to rotate something from center, in that case what you can do is second click, and let's say I want to rotate this. So I don't want to rotate like this manually. I can apply the direct value over here also. So let's say 90 degree. I've applied the 90 over here and the shape get rotate to 90 degree. Now, like I was telling you, by default it rotate from the center like this. But I don't want to rotate from the center. In that case, you can change the rotation point. Now when I change the rotation point, it will not rotate from center. It is rotating from the point which I have just changed. And like I was telling you, we only have basic shapes, but very easily we can make complex shapes also with those basic shapes. So what I've done in this, I took a shape, I changed the rotation point from center to any other point, and now I have make one copy. So as you can see, I'm rotating from the corner, and when I press my I'm using my left click for this, and now when I press my right click as well, it will create a copy over there. When you rotate it with the help of left click, and with the left click you have to, I've not released the left click yet, I press my right click as well, it will create a copy over there. And now after creating a copy, I have to just press Control D. Control D is to repeat the last command. I have to press and press and press and press again to create number of copies, how many you want. If you move it if I move the shape and I repeat the Control D, it will keep on moving because it is repeating the last command. If you scale it, it will keep on scaling. It will repeat the last command. So I hope everybody can make this Android logo now. So moving ahead to some advanced tool of CorelDRAW. So like I was telling you, we have this small plus sign over here also on the property bar and in the dockers. So this plus sign is those tools which you don't use very often, you can uncheck them. For example, I rarely use this roughen tool. I don't use this eraser tool. So those tools I don't use very often, I can uncheck them. And जितना आपके इंटरफेस पे टूल्स कम रहेंगे, उतना आपका CorelDRAW लाइट रहेगा, and उतना आपका वो स्टेबल रहेगा, and उतना वो फास्ट रहेगा. And at any point of time आपको वापस से सारे टूल चाहिए, just click on those reset toolbar. एक क्लिक पे जो भी आपने अनचेक किए होंगे वो सारे वापस आ जाएंगे आपके पास में. ठीक है, same thing goes with this docker. Most of the features I'm going to cover now onwards, you will find inside this docker. There's a long list of dockers over here, right? The same dockers can be accessed from the Windows and Docker list. वही same list सबकी यहाँ पे भी आती है. Now in CorelDRAW we have two types of text. One is called artistic text. When you click the text tool, the shortcut for text tool is F8, and you start typing it. So let me just close this. To create a new document, either you can go to File and New, or you can either click on the small plus sign. It will create a new document. And now from here you can define the size. आपको किस size का document चाहिए, right? So I'll keep it default and click on OK. Now when I go to text tool, जब आप click करके type करते हैं like this, so this is called artistic text. But जब आप text पे click जो भी चीज आप सेलेक्ट करोगे, नो मैटर इट इज टेक्स्ट, शेप और एनी अदर थिंग, आपको सारी इंफॉर्मेशन उसकी प्रॉपर्टी बार के अंदर मिल जाएगी. इफ समबडी इज न्यू टू CorelDRAW, आई स्ट्रांगली रिकमेंड यूज प्रॉपर्टी बार, बिकॉज प्रॉपर्टी बार के अंदर आपको ढूंढने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी वो टूल्स कहाँ मिलेगा. आपको सब कुछ ये प्रॉपर्टी बार के अंदर ही मिल जाएगा. आपको स्पेसिंग इंक्रीज करनी है, आप यहां से कर सकते हैं. एज यू कैन सी थोड़ा सा स्पेस इसका इंक्रीज हो गया है. यहां से इसकी वैल्यू को आप कम ज्यादा कर सकते हैं. इफ आई सेलेक्ट द टेक्स्ट, you will see the property bar will get changed. Now जो भी select मैंने किया है उसकी properties यहाँ पे आपको show कर देगा वो. अगर आपने text select किया है तो उसका fill color क्या होगा, you can define that. उसका outline color क्या होगा, you can define that. उसका mode क्या होगा, you can define from here. All the options you will find over here. Although वो property bar के अंदर show करता है, but property docker bars भी होता है. With the artistic text, the best part is I'm just changing the font to any other font. Now as you can see, please bear with my spellings. Okay, so as you can see, I have select something. Now I want this vector in a different style, or maybe this CorelDRAW in a different style. So I have to just select that particular part. And now when I click on the small triangle over here, ये आपको triangle हर बार नहीं मिलेगा. ये आपको सिर्फ open type fonts में मिलता है. Open type fonts में भी जो ओपन टाइप फॉन्ट ये फीचर को सपोर्ट करता है, ठीक है, हर एक फॉन्ट का अलग होता है. सो व्हेन आई क्लिक ऑन द स्मॉल ट्रायंगल ओवर हियर, यू विल फाइंड नंबर ऑफ स्टाइल्स. अब आपका फॉन्ट क्या है, गैब्रिएला, ठीक है, एंड सेम गैब्रिएला फॉन्ट आपको मल्टीपल स्टाइल से मिलेगा. लेट मी जस्ट ट्राई विद दिस स्टाइल नंबर 7, स्टाइल नंबर 4, 5. नाउ लेट्स से आई एम हैप्पी विद स्टाइल नंबर 5. I have to just click on this style and that style will get applied to that particular text, but font will remain the same. There is no change in the font. If I want to change this V to any another style, so I am having various type of V's over here. Just click and font will remain the same, but you can still change the style of that letter or word. This is only possible with artistic text, not with the paragraph text. The property bar, like I've shown you, whatever is selected, it will show you all the properties over there in the property docker bar. Now create boundary is something, for example, if you are aware of AutoCAD, you must be knowing about this. I create a shape. I have 3 ellipses over here, and now I want a boundary of 3 shapes, so I can very easily select them together. And you will find the last option which says create a boundary. We also have a weld option over here, but there's a difference. When you click on the create boundary, it will separately create the boundary of that shape without interrupting the original entity. But if I apply the same thing with weld, what will happen? It will disturb the original entity. It will create a boundary, but it will disturb the original entity. But with the help of create boundary, it will remain the boundary separately and it will not touch the original entity of shape. Various time you need to create shape, something like, for example, I want to create a shape like moon. I have ellipse tool. I'm considering this as a full moon, and let's say I have one more shape. I want to create this particular shape. Can you see this piece of shape? So creating this shape can be time taking. But with the help of Smart Fill, I can do it on a single click. So you will find the Smart Fill over here. And when you click on that particular part, you will get that shape. Now, for example, you want this center part of the shape, just click over here. And the best part is these are a separate shapes. Very easily you can go to Shape tool and you can modify them. So when you want to create some complex shapes, Smart Fill plays a very, very important role. Let's say I want to create this shape. Fine. I don't even know the name of the shape, but with the help of Shape tool, I can just simple click and I can get the shape. And once you create the shape, now with the help of fill, let's say you don't want to apply a uniform fill, you want to apply a fountain fill. So you can go to interactive fill. And you have multiple options of fill over here. Fountain fill. You want red at the bottom, so on the red color. So this is a fountain fill, and over here also you have the options. You want linear fountain fill, you want an elliptical fountain fill, you want a conical fountain fill, you want a radial fountain fill. So you can choose from here. If you want to add other colors, you can very easily do it. For that, what you need to do is just go to, you can also apply couple of other fills which is there in the library, and you can download more from the options over here, get more. Create boundary and smart fill is clear. Now in the similar manner, you also have a tool called smart drawing. Now what it does, if you create something with the help of freehand, let's say I want to create a triangle. So you can see I'm using my mouse. That is the reason I'm not able to create a perfect triangle over here. Or it can be any other shape. Let's say I want to create a steps. So I'm not able to create a perfect lines with the help of my freehand, although I can use a 2-point line as well. Or maybe I can use the pen tool. But this will definitely going to take some time, right? Of course, I can do the same thing with the help of pen tool or any other tools, but it is going to take some time. But with the help of smart fill, I can do it very easily. We'll find the smart fill over here in this. Yeah, smart drawing, sorry, smart drawing over here in the artistic media. Now you can define what should be the shape recognition level. It should be high, low, medium, whatever you prefer. You can define that. I'll keep it medium right now. And now if I want to create a triangle, have a look. I have to just make a rough shape and it will automatically define, refine and make the shape. I want to make ellipse. I want to make those steps which I was talking. The moment I release my mouse, automatically it will refine the shape, and at any point of time I can go to shape tool and I can make changes to the shape. So whenever you apply a fill, there's a small condition over here which I skipped by mistake. So for example, if I'm creating something with the help of my freehand, so the shape should be close, then only I can apply fill to this. Otherwise, I can only apply outline color. So let's say I'm right clicking on the red color, it will apply the outline. But if I left click on the yellow or any other color, it will not apply fill to it because it is an open shape. The shape should be close to apply a fill. Can you see? The moment I close the shape, automatically it has applied fill to it. So whenever you are not able to apply fill to any shape, that means that particular shape is open. You need to check and close the shape. We also have a tool called join curve. As you can see over here, close curve. So when you think something is open and you're not sure, select all the nodes and go to this option, close. Automatically it will close the open shape. So transform is very useful tool to save a time. What it does, so you will find all the dockers in this small plus sign. There is an option called transform. When you enable this option and you create something, 3 more copies with 15 degrees of angle from this particular point. You can apply the combine tool. It will cut the overlapping part. You can remove the outline or you can change the outline. So very easily you are able to make shapes like this. If you want to apply the same fill, so I'm going to apply interactive fill, fountain fill. In the center, I will apply, let's say, yellow color. And on the edge, I want maybe any other color. It can be red or any other color. And this time I'm going to apply a radial one. And the same thing goes for transform, position, rotation, skew. Skew is something when you create any shape, the first click is to select something, second click is to rotate something, and you also have an option of skewing. Either you can do skew from here or you can do from top as well. This is called skew in CorelDRAW. Now, attribute eyedropper tool is something. For example, I have applied one fill to it, right? In the center there is red and on the edge there is yellow. If I want to apply the same fill to any other shape, I can use my attribute eyedropper tool. So eyedropper is to pick colors, but attribute eyedropper will also pick the properties of that. Can you see? On a single click, it has copied the fill properties and applied to the other shape. And you can define what you want to copy. You want to copy only outline, only fill, and all the properties of text. You can define that. If anything is beyond CorelDRAW, for example, it is not showing inside this green the window of CorelDRAW, so you can use that fill also. Let me just, yeah. So as you can see, I have reduced the size of my CorelDRAW and I want to pick something outside of CorelDRAW. So I go to eyedropper tool and there's option called select from desktop. When I click on this option, I can take my eyedropper outside of CorelDRAW also. Can you see? I can pick color from outside of CorelDRAW also. But if I don't use this select from desktop and use the normal eyedropper tool, so the moment I go out of my CorelDRAW, automatically the eyedropper becomes arrow. But with the help of select from desktop, I can use my eyedropper and I can go beyond CorelDRAW. So I want this blue color. I can pick from here and I can apply to it. Power clip is very basic. I believe everybody must be knowing about power clip. So let me quickly take any bitmap. So tracing is something when you want to convert your bitmap to vector. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken one bitmap over here. When I increase the size of this bitmap, so as you can see, the quality is not so good, right? So there are two methods in CorelDRAW. One method, you can convert a low resolution bitmap to high resolution image, that is called resample, and the tracing is to convert that bitmap into vector. So when you select any bitmap, you will find the option called trace bitmap. Now from here, you can define the option how you want to trace it. What is basically the image? So it is a line art, so I'm going to select the line art. It can be any other thing. It can be logo, detail logo, it can be any low quality image, whatever you think is the output, you can define that over here. So when I go for line art, so as you can see, it will immediately convert that line art to vector shape. And now from the settings over here, so let's say I'll reduce the detailing part, increase a little bit of smoothing part, and I think I'm not getting a good output from the line art, so let me just shuffle from line art to low quality image. Yeah, I think this result is better. And now after making all the changes in the detailing, smoothing and the corner smoothing, it will show you how many curves, how many nodes are there in the shape. And once you are done, you can simply click on OK. Now after clicking on OK, you will see the vector on the right side and bitmap on the left side. You can see a clear comparison. Now once this is vector, you can easily ungroup this, go to shape tool, and you can make the changes to it. Let's say I want to make changes to this particular part of this. I can easily do this. I can easily resize this. I can make changes to any other part of the shape because it is all node based now. So I can easily tweak the nodes. If you don't want this skin color, you can easily remove that because it is a vector. If you want to remove something, you can easily remove that part. So in this way, you can easily convert your bitmap to vector. This is one method. Now for now have a look. When I increase the size of this image, can you see a difference? In no time, it has improved the quality of, and this is again a bitmap only, but a better version of it. So when you download image from internet, in that case, it is better. You download the low resolution and then you can improve the resolution within CorelDRAW graphics suite. So I was talking about the calculations. So for example, you have created something and let's say you want to reduce the size of it by 1/5. So one thing is you will see the dimension of this from here in the property bar and it is 1.838 inches. Now somebody has suggested you to reduce the size, reduce the width of this rectangle to 1/5. So you will do a calculation in calculator and then apply the same value. So like you will open a calculator and apply those value 3.838 divided by 5 and this value you will apply over here, right? But with the CorelDRAW, no need to make any additional calculation. Within CorelDRAW only, you can simple apply divide by 5 and it will do the calculation for yourself. Can you see? It has made the changes to both the size from to width and height as well because it is the proportion is locked. But if I unlock this and I make changes to this divide by 5, so it will only affect the width of it. Let's say I want to multiply by 3. So it will increase the size of the rectangle by 3 more times. So it is advisable and it is very easy to do changes directly from here. Otherwise, you can stretch it manually and then make the changes, but you are not sure in that case. So to do precise changes in it, you can use the calculation option which is there inbuilt. It is applicable to anything. Let's say you want to do in this, in the percentage. So you want to increase the width by, and you hit enter. So now it has made the changes in the percentage. So calculation can be done directly over here. Resample, we have already covered how to upscale the quality of bitmap. Fit text to path. Now, for example, you have any text and you want to flow this text on top of this curve, right? It can be any shape or it can be any curve. So, yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this text from here. And I want to flow this text on top of this path. So the moment I right click and place the text, it will ask me what you want to do. You want to fit text to path, automatically it will flow the text according to the path. Now with the help of shape tool, you can easily increase or decrease the spacing. If you want to hide the outline, you can simply select the stroke and remove the outline of it. Like I have done on the path, in the same manner I can do it on the shape also, fit text to path. So color style is really very helpful, I would say. So what it does, for example, I create something and now in this particular shape, we have different shades of green. But my client is saying that he don't want a green leaves, he want a different leaves. So with the help of color style, I can do and make the changes in a single click. What I can do is I need to go to color style. From the small plus sign, I'll go to color style over here. I have checked it. It is over here. Now, whatever colors I want, I will select them all together and I'll move and drag it over here. All the colors will show you over here. Let me do it again in front of you. Select all the shapes, all the colors, drag it and put it over here. So this will ask you, you want to create a color style for fill, outline for both. So let's say in this scenario, I don't have any outline. So I can only go for object fill, but I'm considering that it has outline as well. So I'll go for both. And now automatically all the colors has been grouped in one single group, right? There's a group of green and yellow, but it has combined in a single group. Now it is completely up to you how many groups you want. You want number 2 groups? You want more than 2 groups? Fine, that is up to you. So let's say I'll go for 2 groups and hit OK. Now we have one group for yellow and one group for all the greens. I want to make changes to the green shades. I will click over here. When I click, it will show all the green colors on the hue bar, and on a single click I can change my all the green shade to my any other colors. If I want to make changes to any particular color, for example, I want to change this color, fine. So I'll just click on that particular color and now I can individually also make changes to it. I want to make changes to this yellow color. I will click over here. I can make changes. I'll show you one more time. Let me remove this. Remove this again. And this time I'm going to apply on this. As you can see, it has different shades of blue. So I will select all of them together. I will drag and put it over here. It will show you this, how many groups you want to create, and you want to make changes to only fill or outline. After defining that, this time I'm making a single group. Hit OK. And now when I click on this options harmony folder, all the colors get selected. I can simple move the colors to any other shade. So if I want to show variation to my customer, I can easily just make multiple copies of it and then I can make changes to it. Now, as you can see, when I make changes to one, it is replicating the same changes to other also. Fine. So basically my point is, if you want to apply changes to colors with the help of color styles, you can easily shuffle the colors. Like I've said, all the colors, or you can select the individual color also. Just pick the color from here, and let's say I don't want this green, it will make changes to that particular color also. If you bring it to the edge, it will increase the saturation. If you bring it towards the center, it will reduce the saturation. I can do the same thing from here also. Now what it does, for example, let me quickly close the color style from here and go into object style. Now, when I click on the style over here, you will find you can create style for all these things. For outline, fill, transparency, character, paragraph, for all such things you can create a style. So I'm creating a style for fill and outline. So let's say, let me take a fill over here. Now in the fill, I can define what kind of fill I want. I can define all the properties of fill in this. In the similar manner, I can create the style for outline. So maybe I want an outline of a blue color with 10 pixel of thickness, and I want a different style. I want the style. So I've defined these two properties of fill and outline, right? Fill and outline. Now if I want to apply the same style to any shape, let's say I want to apply this on this particular shape. So what is the fill color? It is green. I'll make it to any other color. Now I will select the shape and click on this apply to selected. So whatever style I have defined over there, the same style will get applied over here. No matter on which shape, on which page I am. Let's say I want to apply on this particular object also, apply to selected. So I have to just select the shape and click on apply on selection. And let me go and apply on any other. Yeah, let me apply over here also. Now maybe later I decide that I don't want this red color, or maybe I don't want this style. So I have to just make changes in my style, and wherever that style is applied, all the changes will happen on a single click. So now as you can see, I'm going back to my style, and this time I'm going to make changes to my fill. So these are the style, and now when I make changes to my style, I have to just make change over here. So as you can see, I'm changing the outline of my, I've changed the outline of my style over here, and wherever that style is applied, can you see the outline get changed over here also, and the outline get changed over here also. If I increase the size of my width and I change the style from here, so it will get replaced on other places as well. So it is it has created 2-point perspective. You have one horizontal line and 2 vanishing points. You can define and change the position of your horizontal line. You can also define and change the density of your grid lines. You can change the color of your grid lines. Now, if you want to create something, so let's say I want to create something on the left plane. So I'll define the left, and then whatever I'll create, it will directly create over here. Now I want to create something on the right plane. I'll click on the right. And I'm able to create shape directly on the grid line. For the top, I have to first click on the top, and now whatever will be created, it will create on the top part of the perspective line. Once you are done, just click on the finish option over here. And as you can see, we were able to create directly on the grid lines. At any point of time, if you want to make any changes to it, simply click on the edit, select the planes. If you want to apply color, apply the colors, make changes to it, and then again click on the finish option over here. So with this method, you can easily create shapes in the perspective. There are 2 methods of creating shapes in perspective. Let's say you have already you have shapes over here, and go to object, layout, perspective. Now, if I go to left plane and I want to place this shape in the left plane, I have to give a right click, move to plane, and I have to define on which plane I want to place this. So now this shape is automatically aligned as per the left plane.
Okay.
If I want to change this, I will select the plane first, and then I'll select the shape, right click, move to plane, and to right plane. Right click, move to plane, top. So I have to just align this as per the top. So whatever method you prefer, you can just go for it. If you want to add any image to perspective, you can do that as well. You have to just select the bitmap and go to add perspective. So with the help of this, you have to just, let's say I want to place this image on the perspective, this blue color, right? So I will go to object, add perspective, and I have to just match the corners now. So in this way, I can easily add perspective to any bitmap also. Can you see? Like this. You have to just match the corners. If something is not properly matched, you have to match it manually. So for example, I import any bitmap. Now if I want to hide, or maybe I want to just show the red part of this bitmap, so with the help of bitmap color mask I can do it very easily. Just go to bitmap mask and now define the color from the eyedropper tool, check mark, and you have two options over here. You want to hide this or you want to show this. So if I go for show and increase the tolerance from here, hit apply, it will only show you the red part of. And if you increase the tolerance, hit apply, as you can see, it is only showing you the red part of the bitmap. And the same thing will work if you want to hide something. Let's say from the same image you want to hide the red rows. You can go to hide, apply selected. It will only hide the red part of the image. And if I double click and apply any other color, as you can see, because it is hide, it is transparent now. So what I was telling, you can easily define that how many number of columns you want to show over here. So either you can show in a single column or single row like I've shown you, or you can define the number of columns from here. So it is 3. If I want to increase the number of columns, I can easily do it from here. So it is completely up to me how many number of columns and rows I want to view. If you want to shuffle the content, that can be also done easily. Like I have select the object from here and I can place it on any other page. Let's say I want this image in page number 9 as well. I can simple move and I can either copy or make a movement of this bitmap. Otherwise, earlier we used to go to individual pages. First I'll go to page number 9, then I'll make a copy, or maybe I'll cut from there and then I'll go to that particular page and paste. But with the help of multiple views, I can easily do it. If you want to increase or decrease the spacing between the pages, you can still do that. There is a spacing showing of 1.7 inches. So let's say I want to reduce the spacing, I can do that. I make it 0.6 inches. So you will see the gap between two pages will get reduced. Can you see? This gap I'm talking about. The gap between the pages. So I can alter that gap also. I'm going to increase now 2 inches. Also, we have an option of custom. But with the help of custom option, I can define whichever page I want. I can just sample select that page and I can move it as per my requirement. Also, you can very easily change the page size also. So currently the page size is fixed, but if you want to increase the page size of this particular page number 7, so go to this option and now from here you can easily increase that page size, or you can vary the page size. Can you see? Automatically it has increased the page size of this particular page number. And if you want to make changes to says auto fit. When I click over here, I have to just click over here. Now when I click on auto fit, automatically the document size will get resized as per the image. Now if you want the margin in this, you can apply the margin. Currently the margin is 0. I want a margin of 0.5 inches. And when I click on the auto fit, automatically it will apply margin. Now for example, you don't have a single bitmap, you have other shapes along with this. So let's say I have this rectangle. And now it will consider both the shape a single shape, and accordingly it will resize this. Go to auto fit, and now again I don't want margin. I'll apply the margin 0. Click on auto fit. Have a look. Because the margin is 0, it is taking a single shape. If I want to add margin in this, apply the value. This time I'm going to apply a margin of 1 inches. Now when I apply, automatically it will apply the margin according to the selected objects. If it is coming in between, then it will consider this as a single object. Like this. Otherwise, manually we have to check the size of the bitmap and then apply the same value over here in the document size. Now variable outline is a very powerful feature. If you have any shape and you want to apply a variable outline in this, with the help of it you can do it on a click. Go to variable outline, the very bottom tool of toolbar. When you click over here, now you have to just define the node, and once you add the node you can define the thickness over here. Can you see? Very easily I can increase or decrease the thickness of my outline, no matter where it is placed. I can add multiple nodes also. I can make it thin from here. I can make it thick from here. Okay, print merge is a very old tool, but what they have done this time, they have also added a feature of adding a bitmap and QR code. So if I go to print merge, so as you can see in the print merge option, let me take any. Yeah, so I have take one data source. I click on continue. Now it will open the print merge window. Now before print merge it was only text. Now in the latest September release they have also added the image and the QR code option. Now I have entries like name, email address, contact number. For example, you want to create contact number QR codes. So let me just show you on the new file. So it's a new document, and go to file, print merge, create and load print merge. Quickly select the file. You can manually add or delete the entries from here, from this plus, to add a record. If you want to delete any record manually, you can just select the entry and click on the minus sign. And one by one single record also you can view. When I say continue, now that window will appear, print merge window. Now I want to create a QR code for the contact number. So I'll select the contact number, go for the QR code, and now when I click on the insert field, can you see? It has created a QR code for that particular entry. And now when I click on the create merge document, how many entries, no matter it is 100,000, it will create a QR code in a single click. If I click and show it to you, create merge document, it will take some time. and in no time it will, as you can see when I zoom this, it has created the QR code for all the content information. In the similar manner, you can create or insert the images also. If I go to print and view, so from here you can define the number of columns and the number of rows, and you can see all the QR code in a single page also from here. And like I've said, this is I have done for the contact information. You can do it for any other field. It can be name, it can be any other field, or you want to insert bitmap, that can be also done. What I've done is I've created individual tutorials also for each topic, like I've created for print merge also. So drawing perspective we have already covered. Now we are left with the export Docker. Now export was there since version 1, but with the help of new Docker feature, new export feature, you can export multiple file, find these options. Now you want to export any individual page, individual object, or the entire document. It can be multiple page document as well, right? Over here, now we have a long list of file format in which we can export. We can also export in CDR or AI also. So let's say I'll export this as a JPG, duplicate, I'll export as a PDF, also export as a PNG, and also I'm exporting as a CDR file. In CDR also I can define on which version I want to export this. Let's say I want to lower down the version, so I can do that as well. I want to export this on 20th version. Now only I need to define where all these file format will go. I have to define the destination folder, and the rest thing will be get done automatically. So on desktop I have a folder. Let me just minimize and show it to you. I have a folder over here. Let me just empty this folder. As you can see, the folder is empty over here. The folder name is Corel Text Export. I'm closing this, opening it again. And now if I want to export this selected object in JPG also, let's say I want two JPGs. One is of low quality and one is of high quality. So I'll click on the setting button over here and I'll keep it low this time. One will be of low and the first one will be of highest quality, right? So I'm exporting file formats, two JPGs, one PDF, PNG, CDR, right? So I will just click on export. I'll define the folder, Corel Text Export, and the work is done. All the file will get exported. Have a look. Can you see? So when I open this file, and show it to you. This is JPG file, high quality. This is PNG file. One is PDF file. And one is CDR file of 20th version. So on a click, I can export either it is an individual object or entire page or entire document. Otherwise, for the same thing, I have to again and again go to file menu, export, and then I'll define what should be the name of file, what should be the format of file. Fine, I have to define the settings over here, and then, but now with the help of Export Docker, I can do the same thing on a click.
For now, I don't think so. We have any queries. We will be working whatever like we have been taught today. After that, if suppose we have some problems or doubt, we'll connect back to you.
May I know what kind of work you do with CorelDRAW? Because
it's all about printing, how to get the seamless print, how to trace a motif, how to create a motif, how like those are the things basically. That's are the basic thing we are doing with the CorelDRAW because I.
So you also do the book work. You also create any booklet or something like that?
Yes, booklet. Yes, they have it, but they don't do much. They do the boards and all.
Okay.
They work on the boards like the mood board, like theme board, all those boards they will be using. And if we work in CorelDRAW, basically they are working for the motifs and the seamless pattern. Then we have rendering. Then we have clipping mask. Illustrations are also there. Yes. Then in 6th semester they have the graphic thing in which we like include everything, the typography and all the other things, the product development and all.
See, if you can share something with me, maybe I can guide you that how you can do the same thing in a better manner.
Yes, sir. Like where can we share it through mails?
Through mail also you can share it with me.
So we have the syllabus for this course. I can share it with you there.
Okay.
I want something new to like. The thing is that whatever there in the syllabus, we are like it's okay, but I want it to be updated with the new latest things which are trending in CorelDRAW.
Okay. See, like I've just told you about the print merge. Print merge is from version 1, I believe. But inserting a QR code in a single click or inserting an image was not there earlier. Yes, this has been a part of latest release only.
Even
so what I can do is that drawing perspective is also they have introduced after 2021, I believe, not before that.
Yes, these two things which I have grabbed the attention like today's course, like other tools where I was familiar with those, but the perspective and the print merge was new to me. So I want more new things so that I can introduce those things to the students. So it will be helpful for them.
Of course. In fact, because of short of time, I've not taught you about one thing. Just a second. Like you can see, it is a bitmap, right? So if you want to eliminate any part of the bitmap, so you can do it really easily with the help of CorelDRAW. Although CorelDRAW is not an image editing tool, but like I said in the beginning only, we get photo paint bundled with this, with CorelDRAW graphic suite. So what you need to do is whatever is selected, you can just click on the added bitmap. It will open the same bitmap in photo paint. And in photo paint, we have an option called smart cover. So you have to just define what part you don't want from the image and you can paint that with red color brush. I'll show you. Smart cover. Paint this with red color, and whatever you don't want, you can simple highlight that person from the image. Currently I'm doing it very quickly, so please. Okay. Now I can increase the nib size from here and very quickly I'll mask this. This red means I want to remove this person from this image. And after this, I have to just click on this option which says auto content horizontally to remove red printed area. If I want to preserve anything, I can just paint this with green color. So this green color will get preserved, will not get effect. And when I click over here, as you can see, that guy is disappeared from the image. When you zoom, and you will see a very prominent line over here. Can you see a very prominent line coming, black line? So that can be also blurred with the help of this background fusion. So when I click OK, and now this is the output. In fact, you can easily change the color in CorelDRAW graphics suite. And best part is, whatever changes you have made over here, all the changes will come directly in CorelDRAW. Have a look. It is all there in CorelDRAW now. I've made changes in Photo Paint, but it will show you over here in CorelDRAW itself. And let me show you one more example of this same thing. For example, I have any image and I want to change the color of this red rose to any other color. I will go to edit bitmap. The same bitmap will get open in Photo Paint. And now within this Photo Paint, I can go for replace color option. And I have to just define which color I want to change, and from which color I want to change, I have to define that. And on a click, it will, without any selection, it will change the color of that. And now once you apply, very easily you can change to any other color. So let's say you want to make it blue. So now still some part of the red is not covered. You have to increase the range from here. And whatever changes you made over here, finish. Yes, it is all there in CorelDRAW. The same thing you can do in CorelDRAW also, but the one thing which you cannot do in CorelDRAW is you cannot make any selection in CorelDRAW. But with Photo Paint, you can make selections also. When I say selection, for example, you don't want to replace the reflect over here. Thank you so much for your time.